Every parent I know would do anything to protect their child. And we're great at teaching them to cross the street safely or to alert an adult if they're being bullied or not to text while they're driving. Parents also want help keeping their children safe in the long run, and that means protecting the planet. Children are the most impacted people in the climate crisis, and it's up to adults to turn things around right now. The good news is we have literally hundreds of ways of doing just that. I'll tell you what it isn't. It's not just hanging laundry. We cannot save our children's futures by just biking and recycling and turning down our thermostats. What we have to do is shrink the planet's carbon footprint. And that means shrinking industry's footprint. And the only way we're going to do that is with climate action. That means changing the system, not just changing light bulbs. The climate revolution is anything that says yes to life, yes to smart climate policy, and yes to a thriving future for our children. That requires us also then to say no. No to all coal, oil, and gas projects. No to fracking. And no to subsidizing polluting industries. All of those no's are tucked inside of this larger yes, which is a yes to clean and abundant energy that's free from the sun and from the wind. It's yes to green jobs that create healthy communities. And it's yes to healthy soils and forests that pull carbon out of the atmosphere. We do not have to become eco-superheroes. We just have to join the people who are already working for solutions. For example, we can support the people who are suing the government for violating our rights to a livable planet. We can support school administrators who are bringing in zero-waste school lunch programs, which are healthier for the climate and healthier for our children who are getting fresh and locally sourced foods. We can donate money or time to a local candidate who's truly committed to protecting our water and soil and air. Yeah, we are busy, and that's why we need easy, fun, affordable ideas that can fit into family life. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing things a little differently. So, for example, if we're already donating to environmental groups, we can make sure we're donating to groups that are really working for a fossil-free future and not for groups that have big polluters sitting on their boards. We want our kids reading anyway, so we can point them towards stories about real people, like William Kemkwamba in Malawi, who built a windmill out of scrap metal and brought irrigation to his village. And we're on the soccer sidelines anyway, talking with parents, and we might mention China's solar boom and how they just built a huge solar farm in the shape of a panda. And these are conversations that parents are well suited to because we're part of a large network of people who care about our children and their future. Children know their planet is in trouble, especially the older children. And when they're offered age-appropriate ways to help, they tend to feel empowered. It's a relief to them to be engaging in solutions. Many young people are now speaking out in public, in their schools and on the editorial pages and to their elected representatives. And not only is that a great learning experience for them, but it can also be a thrill. So the book has 100 chapters, and they're organized in 7 sections. Some are about caring for your soul, some are about saving time and money, or about building community connections. Each chapter has a story, and each story is followed by 2 to 10 ideas for action that busy parents can take. Some of those are just a minute or two and cost no money, and others take a little more time or cost a little more money. There's something for everybody in this book. I hope parents are entertained by reading this book. It's full of stories about families who are trying to live in harmony with the earth. I also hope that they feel relieved to have new ideas to try with their own families. And I also hope that parents see the many co-benefits of climate action, because what's good for the planet is also good for our children. For example, getting them off screens and out in fresh air planting trees is good for the planet and good for our families. And engaging in active solutions with our communities connects us to one another. Reducing our materialism is good for our budgets, and it's good for our closets, and it's also good for our souls. So doing all of these things, connecting to one another with children, also empowers them, and it really energizes the conversation. And it's just a lot more fun.